Welcome to Bill Dance Saltwater. Great fun fishing that anyone can do. Yes, you can do this.
He's going to Yondersville with it. Yeah, pretty. Woo! Hello, everybody. Are y'all ready to go fishing? I know I am. Hey, let me tell you something. I may not remember the last chocolate milkshake I drank or the last great steak dinner I ate. And keep this quiet, I may not remember Diane's and my next wedding anniversary. But let me tell you something. I sure do remember the last big speckled trout I caught. Even the date, the location, who I was fishing with, the bait, the distance of the cast, the strike, the fight, naturally the size of the fish, how much he weighed, every little bitty detail. You know, when you think about that, I think that's what they call a memory. And whoo, what a great one it was. Today, I'd like to share with you some of my favorite memories. Fishing was one of the best. My dear and wonderful friend, Peter Deeks, who's taught me so much about inshore fishing and helping me catch my biggest redfish, snook, and speckled trout. Let me tell you how Peter's and our friendship got started. Along about 2014, while taping a bass show in Florida's famed Stick Marsh near Palm Bay with noted angler and good friend Mike Tipton, who runs an airboat service there. One morning Mike said, "Bill, I got a good buddy who does a lot of inshore fishing, guiding for trout, snook, and redfish. Now, if you'd like to meet him and possibly set up a trip, I'd be happy to help you." Well, quicker than a snook could strip 15 feet of line off your reel, I had a meeting time and date to hook up with Peter to shoot a rat red show on light tackle. We met and off we went. And to my surprise, not only did we catch small redfish in the 8 to 15 pound class, but monster size speckled trout. Now, monster size to me is a 6-pounder. Up to this point, I'd never caught anything. Up to about 4 pounds was the biggest I'd ever caught. But 6-pounders? Good gracious.
Any trout over 7 pounds gets me excited.
Does it really?
It does.
Did I tell you how much I like free lining? Got one on.
Oh, it looks like a good one, Bill.
3,000 miles out there. I'm serious right now.
I'll come in and help you. That's a big trout.
I'm real serious because this may be the biggest trout I've ever caught.
Yeah, just play him real easy when he gets close.
I am.
I'll get the net.
Coming right at, I see the hook barely in. Coming right at the net. Coming right at you.
Oh. I don't get nervous.
That is my biggest trout. That thing looks like a ironing board.
That is a dinosaur.
That is the biggest trout.
I'll get your rod. I'll let you grab him.
I'm not kidding. That is the biggest by far.
He's 30 inches easy.
Look at that. Whoa. Hello. Goodness gracious. Oh. Look at that. Ooh-wee. That's a biggie. Okay, baby. Going home.
Nice.
Buddy, I'm going to tell you what, you said we were going to catch big trout. You were dead on. I'm telling you.
Good job. Oh, that is a slimy handshake there.
Man, it was worth it too.
Bill Dance Saltwater is sponsored in part by Bass Pro Shops, and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels, Quantum Performance Tuned. And by Mercury Marine, go boldly. Today's Conditions Log is brought to you by Ego Fishing and their all-new S2 Slider Landing Nets with the most advanced handle extension technology. Take the battle to the water with Ego.
Hey y'all, you know, a little bit earlier I mentioned 6-pound speckled trout. Now these were really nice sized trout, especially to someone, me, that, like I said a little bit earlier, that it only caught a handful of 3.5 to 4 pounders. Golly, woo, wow. Peter said, on your next trip down this way, give me a call and I'll take you on a big time trout trip, where you'll catch them up to 8 pounds. What'd you say? 8 pounds? Yeah, 8 pounds and possibly bigger. I said, what? Count on a call. Your phone will definitely be ringing. You can count on that. Well, about a year has passed, and guess whose phone was ringing? Yep, you got it, Peter's. He answered. I said, hey, I'm on my way down, buddy. He replied, come on down. Can't begin to tell you how many nights I went to bed thinking about returning here to the Indian River and teaming up again with my good buddy Peter Deeks in search of a giant-sized speckled trout that Peter said we'd be catching the next time I was close by. I was so doggone excited I couldn't even begin to eat a bowl of soup. Woo! We're using 7'6" medium inshore smoke rods, Quantum, and we're using 30 size smoke inshore reels, and all of this is attached to Strand's 30-pound braid superline that's made with Dyneema. And we've got a 40-pound fluorocarbon leader, and these are 8-aught, didn't you?
8-aught, yep.
8-aught.
I'm going to lighten your drag a little bit. If that's a trout,
I'll give you $20 if you get him in that. I'll give you $50 if you get him in that.
If that's a trout, that's like your biggest.
Look at him, take it. I don't believe it's a redfish. I sure don't. I'm gonna let you net him.
I don't know if that's going to be your biggest, but he's huge. Check it out.
What a trout. What a trout. How big do you think that net?
31 inches at least. Gotta revive these big fish. Whoa!
There you go.
He didn't need no reviving. I'm on a really big fish. Double, baby! Listen to that drag, Bill.
Mine came off.
Oh no.
Look at that bullet jump my line right there. Where's the fish?
This is a big one, I think. He's way out there.
He is a giant.
Let's Bill live.
Oh, boy, look at this fish. Look at the size of this one here. You are the man. Look at the size of that trout. How big is that one?
That's close to 10.
I guarantee it is.
You're always the one that gets the big one.
No, I'm glad you caught him. I am so glad you caught him. I'm telling you. Whoa!
It's nice of you to hand me that rod when he was biting.
Oh, I didn't hand you that rod. This guy is unbelievable, man. I'm telling you. He can catch the biggest trout I've caught him from South Texas all the way to Virginia and all the way around the Gulf up the eastern seaboard, but nobody catches them like this guy. Golly!
Today's show is brought to you in part by Mako Boats, building legends for over 40 years. Gamakatsu, the world's finest fish hooks. And Bill Dance exclusive rods by Quantum. Today's show is brought to you in part by Berkeley, catch more fish. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. And by Mystic Lubricants, lubrication domination. Today's equipment log is brought to you by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime.
Let me tell you something. One thing that has always impressed me about Peter is his uncanny ability to locate these giant-sized fish and his willingness to share his knowledge with others about his techniques and tips on how to do it. The tackle he uses, what he looks for, the best depth, the tide, how he approaches a location, how he plans to fish it, the bottom composition, the bait and its size, which makes a big difference. All of this is extremely important in catching trophy-sized trout, Peter says, and I believe him.
That Gamakatsu hook gets him every time, doesn't it?
It's a great hook.
Look at the belly on
Look
that
at the
trout.
size of that trout. Boy, I'm telling you.
Touch that belly, Bill.
cannot.
Touch that belly.
I tell you, how big is that fish? He's over 8 pounds, isn't he?
Yeah, he's right about 9 pounds, I'd say.
Golly dog, that's a big fish.
That's the one you want in the tournament.
That's the one you want anytime. You know, one of the hardest things to do when fishing with Peter is to get him to fish. And you know, some folks don't like the guide fishing. Well, let me tell you something, I do. I learn from it. I really do. I want that guide to fish because, just like I said, I learn from it. I really do. Now, catching these big trout was so much fun. What I did, I made it an annual date on my calendar to try and come back here and join my buddy in search of these huge yellowmouths.
He's a giant. Here, I'm gonna grab him, Bill, if you want to take the rod up here.
All right, I'll help you.
Check that dinosaur out.
Look at that. It looks like a log going along.
Got me nervous. When Bill Dance comes to town, the big trout show up. All right, here you go.
It's still not through. Okay. Lip him.
Ooh, I got him.
Oh, wow.
Check
Look at
that
the
out.
size of that baby.
Oh, man.
Man, that tail, oh, good gracious, what a big fish.
That thing is huge. I catch a lot of big ones with my clients, but never myself.
Oh, boy, he knocked the fire out of it. Look, he got it.
Open your bail, open your bail. Yep, let him get her over that thing. Raise your rod tip now. Close your bail. That's a good fish.
Well, look at him, that's showing on the water.
Holy guacamole. This might be bigger than your one last time.
Ooh, that's a big old trout.
Man, this is a dinosaur.
You got him yet?
I got him now.
It's a big old fish.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Ease him up.
my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Ooh, that is a whopper, ain't it? Look at that big old fish. Huh?
Look at that.
Whoa! That's one of my, that's, how much did that know?
That thing's 11 pounds, 12 pounds. Easy. It's a 33-inch trout. Look how fat he is.
Wow. I believe that is without question my biggest trout. The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week is brought to you by Mystic Lubricants and their complete line of JT4 marine products. A full line of products for your full line of pursuits. Visit mysticlube.com today. There he is. Get him. I'll get him with his ego.
What? Wait. I don't have an ego.
I do. It's his Ego S2 slider landing net that'll reach out there and get them with a handle that extends from 23 to 60 inches. Hey, that's 5 feet. She's got a rubber-coated knotless mesh net that helps protect the scales, fins, and slime on the fish's body.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort. And by Finnor, legendary tackle since 1933. Closed caption provided by The Bill Dance Store. Check us out online. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, chart plotter sonar combos with their advanced sonar technology, like Panoptic's Live Scope all-seeing sonar. You'll spend less time finding your fish.
There are many places you don't want to be hauling your boat when your bearings go out. For example, you don't want to be in rush hour traffic or on some back road in the middle of nowhere. And that's why I use Mystic JT6 bearing grease. The definition of reliable, Mystic allows me to always get there and back. And if you pack your bearings with Mystic, the same reliability will be yours as well.
Come be part of Bill Dance Digital. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us.
Now you see why I love this place and fishing with Peter for monster-sized trout? Well, that's not all. Late one day when we were wrapping up a trout show, Peter said, "I think you're the kind of fella that likes a real challenge." I looked at him and said, "Hey, always, what you got on your mind?" Peter said, "Want to catch some really big redfish tomorrow in rough water? Reds that'll push 50 pounds. I looked at him like a cow looking at a new gate and said, "Are you crazy?" "Why, heck yeah." Well, the next morning, here we were at the mouth of Sebastian Inlet, where the Atlantic Ocean tides go in and out of the Indian River, 12 miles north of Vero Beach, Florida. Yep, Peter was right. This was a challenge. Rough water, being able to feel a strike and get a big, hard-pulling red out of the boulders that were laced across the bottom here. Yep, he was right. It was quite a battle and a time I'll never forget. Maybe a red. I think I'll sit down. Look at him just smoking that drag. Now, got him through the bridge. You gonna bogey him? Ooh. I hear you laughing. You must look at that big fish. Mercy me. Woo! What a fight. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, I got to try that again, and I plan to, if the good Lord's willing. Let me tell you, those of you that have caught big bull reds certainly know the sheer power these fish have. It's unbelievable. But when you add in current, their power and speed is like an F-18 Hornet flying off the end of an aircraft carrier. Golly, it's so much fun. Good fish?
Big old red. Here, can you take me up current? got 8.
What'd he do?
Got 8 by a Jewfish. Goliath grouper, I feel him on there. He got 8. God, we should have brought a big rod today. I got a 400-pound Jewfish on here right now. Goliath grouper. Oh, there he's kicked. You'll get to see him here in a second, maybe.
You tire that fish out before dark, it'll be something.
Oh, look at that. He spit it out.
There's a redfish there.
He spit it right out. Look
Where he ate it. He chewed him. He had him all down in his mouth, didn't he? Well, folks, that wraps up another edition in this series we're calling Times I'll Never Forget. So you be sure to tune in again next week when we'll show you some great tarpon and snook memories we'll never forget too. They're probably both of my favorite saltwater fish to catch. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you again next week right here on Bill Dance Saltwater.
We hope you've enjoyed Bill Dance Saltwater and learned that you can do this. Yes, you can do this. Please join us right here next week.